Going to our Abuja studios now to just link up with Sani Zorro, who is the former president of Nigerian Union of Journalist. And yes, you remember some time ago, the president, and he made that comment about the press being politicized, and some of those other comments which come from different quarters about the media. So we focus on the media today. Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Zorro. I'm sure you must have also heard comments from the president about the media being politicized, and yes, give us your impression of that.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers. Now, let me start by saying that the remarks credited to Mr. President was certainly a demonstration of his annoyance, probably with some press reports, commentaries and analysis about his administration and the extent to which he has brought governance to impact on Nigerians, since his re-election about a year and a half ago. Now, let me also say that we are not surprised that high government officials, top government officials, including Mr. President, will from time to time seek on the opportunity to criticize the media. That is highly welcome because there is nothing sacrosanct about the media that cannot be criticized. In fact, we can do better with criticisms. However, may I say that it has to be understood broadly that the Nigerian media in this particular instance enjoys its mandate from Section 22 of the Nigerian Constitution, which compels it to bring all public officers to account. And it is in the pursuit of this particular responsibility given to it by the Nigerian Constitution that it's in its day-to-day reflection and reportage about governance, about all aspects of lives of the Nigerian society, that it falls into problems. Sometimes it engages into problems with the Nigerian politician. Now, this is very, very healthy, because in all societies in the past, wherein the media and the government connived against the people, that had proved to be most disastrous for such societies and for governments themselves. Now, if you also look at the history of the relationship between the media and government or politicians, wherever they are obtained, whether in the developed or developing countries, you discover that it has been a relationship of, if you like, friendly enemies. It has been a cat and mouse relationship because of their divergent responsibilities. Now, this is also very, very good in the sense that it is very, very important to agree and disagree. And it is from that context that I see the latest pronouncements by the Nigerian president against the media, as healthy. However, there is the need also for the presidential media advisors and all those that are in charge of management of communications in this country to continue to engage with the media, because the best way to smother this relationship, the best way to have a better relationship is through dialogue and investment in the media of communication. It is a well-known fact that in all democracies, especially of the type that we are experimenting with, there is no doubt about the fact that media is a very critical stakeholder, and therefore there is the need to carry the media along by simply explaining government policies to the public. There is no need for unnecessary quoting of the media. And we should also try as much as possible to desist from, baiting the media through corrupt activities. The media is there not as a public relations instrument for any agency. but just to explain and project what activities are being done or what are not being done.
All right.
And I also want to call on the media to say that for me, the Section 22 that mandates the media to hold public officers to account can be so achieved in a very, very easy manner. Easy way in the sense that it is just a matter of reflecting on promises given or made by politicians in the past and bringing them to the table and see if those promises have been fulfilled or not. And I believe the media had been doing that quite a lot. And if there are any rough edges between the relationships, in the relationship between government and the media, then there is a need for continuous soul searching and reflection. And I also want to say that the Nigerian media has been a patriotic, one of the most formidable patriotic institutions in the country. As I'm talking to you now, as I'm appearing on this program now, the All Nigerian Guild of Editors Conference, annual conference, is just about to take up in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital. And you can see that the editors have invited one of the topmost government officials in charge of national security to give them a keynote address. Thereafter, the media itself, some actors and editors within the industry are going to present papers on national security, on how to cover riots and the numerous conflicts that bedevil the country today, in order to help find solutions on behalf of the Nigerian society. So you can see the extent to which the media is also engaging with government itself at the highest levels, to find a way of managing the numerous crises that bedevil us. So in other words, I want to say that the media as an institution is a highly patriotic one, that I don't believe there is any other institution that probably has played a more patriotic and nationalistic role than the media from history. Now, if you look at the various conflicts that government has plunged us into in the past, either between Nigeria and other countries neighboring it, or otherwise, or even the internal conflicts that can be traced to bad governance, you discover that the Nigerian media had always stood by the side of the Nigerian people. It has never, ever taken a stand against the Nigerian state in its conflicts with other nations. And that's the extent to which you can actually measure the patriotism of the media. And I want to assure you that these issues, as intractable as they may seem, are quite manageable. What we need is to improve on the quality of advice to our leaders, and to say to Mr. President and other leaders that there is a need to invest more in media education. I, for one, will want to propose a situation whereby even politicians that are aspiring to occupy public offices through elections, there is the ample need for some of their institutions, if there are any, that help to shape or to train them in leadership, also to include media studies as part of their curriculum, or at least to find ways of making sure that they integrate, some form of media education in the curriculum or in the process of grooming leaders.